I will say to you, Chris, I apologize to you. My behavior was unacceptable, and I'm here whenever you're ready to talk.
What's up, a Cinema Shogun here, and finally, after about 3 or 4 months, Will Smith has issued a formal public apology to Chris Rock. And instead of going to the media and doing like a random interview or something, he took matters into his own hand and he released his own video. It's about 5 minutes long, and he posted it over on his YouTube account. You can go check it out if you want to see his apology in its entirety. Now, as a lot of you all know, I covered this story extensively. We dug all into a lot of the shady stuff Jada Pinkett Smith was doing to Will Smith. I mean, we got all into this story. And as far as this apology goes, I have mixed feelings about it. For one, I think it's maybe a bad look for this apology to be so overproduced. And what I mean by that is like there's an entire film crew there with them. You don't see them in the video, but you can tell like there's all these different camera angles. You know, the camera's panning away and different stuff. The microphones are in the room. It just seems really professional. And when things seem too professional and overproduced, they don't come across as sincere as they could. Like maybe Will Smith would have been better off just grabbing his cell phone and recording his actual thoughts, you know, and his actual apology for the world to see. But instead, this almost comes across as like a movie or like he's acting. However, if you came here to hear me bash, you know, Will Smith's apology, that's not necessarily what I'm going to do, because I do believe, honestly, at the very least, there may just be a tiny sliver of sincerity to some of his words.
I want to apologize to Chris's mother. I saw an interview that Chris's mother did, and you know, that was one of the things about that moment. I just didn't realize, and you know, I wasn't thinking, but how many people got hurt in that moment. So I want to apologize to Chris's mother.
Now, throughout his apology, the only thing that really resonated with me is when he brought up Chris Rock's mother. In that moment, I felt like there was some sincerity to Will Smith's words. You know, being in that situation and being a man, a grown man, that's something you think about, you know, especially when you're a parent. And I really do believe that Will Smith, you know, has been thinking about his actions, been thinking about what he did. And a lot of times when you do something stupid like what Will Smith did, you know, you start feeling bad for people, not necessarily the person. Like, I don't even think this apology came from a standpoint of, oh, I feel so bad about what I did to Chris, as opposed to he feels bad about how other people were affected by it, you know, and he was affected by it as well. Now, one thing I will say is the timing of this apology. Sure, he could have come out a long time ago and apologized, but I think because he waited, people will be a little easier on him. If he just tried to just do an apology right off the bat, right off the jump, people would have picked it apart. They would have been all over it. It would have been the next meme. But because he waited, you know, a lot of the heat is off of this story. And now, you know, more people are more level-headed about the story nowadays. So I feel like waiting was good for him. But I don't know if he was waiting for the right reasons. I kind of feel like his wife has been benefiting off the fact that there was all this drama swirling around Will Smith, because shortly after the slap, she couldn't wait to get the new season of Table Talk out there for everyone to see. And everyone was tuning in to this new season of Table Talk, not because they were concerned or wanting to know about what Jada Pinkett Smith has to say about anything at all, but because they were focused on this Will Smith situation. right at the beginning of the season, she promised everyone that eventually, on one of the episodes, they would talk about it. They never were specific about when they would address it, but they left it open so people would just keep tuning in, hoping this episode is the episode in which they talk about the Oscar slap. So she was getting a lot of viewers and a lot of attention off the fact that her husband was in all of this drama. So I'm wondering if some of this the reason why he waited so long for this apology is so she could get done with her season of Table Talk and she could get as many viewers as possible before he formally comes and apologizes himself on his own YouTube channel. You see, this apology that Will Smith did, we were kind of promised in a way that we would get something like this on Red Table Talk, but it never happened. So I don't know if he waited because he felt like it was the right thing to do. Maybe he waited because the guilt was just eating at him and eventually he decided he wanted to apologize. You know, I don't know, or maybe just maybe he waited because it would benefit his wife's career. We all know that his wife wears the pants in this relationship. And speaking of his wife, although I was okay with most of this apology, he started answering people's questions. And one of the questions that was thrown out there was a question about Jada Pinkett Smith. Let's take a listen.
After Jada rolled her eyes, did she tell you to do something? No. It's like, you know, I made a choice on my own, from my own experiences, from my history with Chris. Jada had nothing to do with it. I'm sorry, babe.
Up until this point, I was sensing that Will Smith was being at least somewhat sincere. Don't get me wrong, I'm not fooled. I know he's an actor, and Will Smith is a damn good actor. You might not like him anymore because what he did to Chris Rock, but he is a damn good actor. So maybe he was just sitting here acting. Maybe he wasn't being sincere at all. But I got the sense while maybe he was acting a little, I do feel like he meant some of his words. But once we got to this point where this question was asked about Jada, that's when I had to take a step back. And that's when this interview or this video or whatever you want to call it, this apology kind of put a bad taste in my mouth. And it's not Will Smith's fault, but it's like it turned from, hey, I'm apologizing to Chris Rock. And once again, it put Jada Pinkett Smith in the center of attention here. I feel as if this video should have been directed towards Chris Rock. Apologize to Chris Rock, apologize to Chris Rock's brother and Chris Rock's family, you know, express how you feel. But instead, it turned out that it turned into something about Jada once again. And it almost felt like this apology was less for, hey, I'm sorry that I slapped Chris Rock, and more so, hey, I need to clear up some rumors about Jada because everyone thinks Jada put me up to it. And it's like Jada probably put him up to this apology because quickly, it's like the Chris Rock part lasted like 1 second, and the next thing you know, here we are on a spiel about how you're in control of your own actions and you're sorry that you did this to Jada and you're apologizing to Jada Pinkett Smith. And it's like, what? Once again, this demon of a woman has come in and straight cupped Will Smith and made him look stupid again. It's like this apology should have been an apology between men, where Will Smith sits down and expresses himself man to man between him and Chris Rock. But at the end of the day, yet again, Will Smith is here groveling at the feet of Jada Pinkett Smith. This question about Jada did not need to be added into this video, but of course it was shoehorned in here. Who do you think's decision that was? I'm sure it was Jada's. I'm sure it was. You know, and it just makes me sick, and I feel bad for Will Smith. I really do. I don't really like any celebrities. My honest opinion on everybody, music industry, Hollywood, actors, actresses, most of them are bad, evil people. I don't have much sympathy for them. I don't think Will Smith is just necessarily this absolutely terrible person. I like to think of Will Smith as maybe one of the, I don't know, He's not as bad as some of the people in Hollywood, let's just say that. And I honestly believe that his wife is a complete monster. I believe that his wife is a complete monster. So when I watch this apology, it's like I kind of accept it. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't like anything that Will Smith did. I made plenty of videos expressing my opinion on that. And I believe that Will Smith's slap at the Oscars had a huge effect on our society. It's like I don't even know how to explain it, but we were already at a point here in our society where people weren't as tolerant of the freedom of speech and jokes. And ever since that slap, people have been going crazy, have been going even crazier. And we've had people rushing stages, tackling Dave Chappelle. You know, they're trying to crack down on jokes. And you see people on my channel every day trying to crack down on me for telling jokes. So I feel like that slap accelerated that way of thinking to this, oh no, you know, we could violently attack people if we don't like something simple or funny that they said. So I was really harsh on Will Smith, and I don't take any of that back. However, when you look at the current climate right now, it's like, out of all of these people in Hollywood, why is Will Smith the main villain? You understand what I'm saying? It's like, I get what he did was wrong, and I in no way, shape, or form, you know, encourage that type of behavior. But we have people out here like Ezra Miller, who's like kidnapping little kids and grooming them into non-binary warriors to fight his enemies. We got Ezra Miller out here grooming 12-year-old kids, and the movie studios know it. They don't care. He's going to be in the next movie. We got Amber Heard lying about people, falsely accusing people, and she's still allowed to be in these movies. Yet Will Smith is the one that they pushed out of Hollywood because of the slap. Now, like I said, I don't think the slap was a good thing, but I don't think it is as bad as grooming little kids or pooping in someone's bed and falsely accusing them of horrible things. So that's why I can't sit here and be as hard on Will Smith at this current point in time, when you see all of this other madness unfolding, yet we're still at this point in our society where Will Smith is the main enemy here. And I don't think that's necessarily right. I think there are people who are doing way worse things than Will Smith did, and I think we need to pay more attention to that. I'm not saying that we should treat Will Smith this way or that way, and we should, you know, welcome him back in with open arms. I'm just saying, if Will Smith is going to get this treatment, then these other people should be getting even worse treatment. Like, I don't really like this unlevel playing field that some people are on. And some people will think because, you know, it's for various other reasons, but the real reason is because Ezra and Amber, they knew to place themselves in an untouchable category, that category being, you know, the untouchable sexuality. If you're bi, gay, trans, you know, you can't really talk about the bad things that they do, or else you're labeled a bigot. So they're protected by their gender and sexual labels, or the labels that they created for themselves. Whereas Will Smith, a straight black man, he has to be public enemy number one, even though what he did is nowhere near as bad as what these other people are doing. So when it comes down to it, was this apology good enough? Was it good enough for you? Well, the only person that it needs to be good enough for is Chris Rock. And if he's not ready to talk to Will Smith yet, I fully understand it. But as far as my opinions go, I'm not necessarily saying that this is the best apology we've ever seen. I'm not saying that everyone should forgive Will Smith for his actions. But at the very least, I'm not going to sit here and light a torch and carry a pitchfork and try to cancel Will Smith's career. You know, I will go see another Will Smith movie in my lifetime. If he makes them, I'll probably see him. But I will never go see another Ezra Miller movie or another Amber Heard movie. I will downright boycott anything they're in. And I don't harbor that same those same feelings or that same energy towards Will Smith. So let me know how you all feel. Sincere, not sincere. What I think we need to focus on here is the fact that Jada Pinkett Smith, I believe, found a way to make this all about her again, and in many ways kind of humiliated Will Smith again. You know, because Will Smith should have had that chance to be his own man and to talk to Chris Rock man to man, although it's via video, but it just shouldn't have been a moment where his wife had to come in and it be about her once again. But let me know your thoughts. While you're down in the comment section, hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, drop a super thanks, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all in the next video.